All praises to AHAYAH and AHAYAH alone. For how alone is our Master, alone is our Savior, alone is our Redeemer, alone is our King. AHAYAH. This is Brother Holly with the first Word of Truth broadcast here on the AHAYAH House channel, as well as the House of AHAYAH channel on this set apart Sabbath day. First and foremost, children, as always, like to give all glory, praise, and honor to AHAYAH and AHAYAH alone. He alone is our Master, alone is our Savior, alone is our Redeemer, alone is our King. Happy Sabbath to everyone. AHAYAH. We'll be reading from the Sefer today. And before we begin, I'd like to catch you up on both the project and my condition. All praises. First on the project. The project being the upcoming Word of AHAYAH to the 12 Tribes Scattered Precept version. We're still in 1 Kings. We're in the process of precepting it. But as you were told last week, I've been back and forth. I just had a twinge. I've been back and forth to the dentist's office of late because I had a feeling fracture, and I've been back and forth a couple of times to the dentist's office. I'm scheduled for the tooth to be worked on next week, next Tuesday, most high willing. So pray for me that it all goes well. But they've looked at the tooth a couple of times, and it looks like it's, the break was just the filling and not the tooth. So it looks like it's not going to be a root canal. It's just going to be a simple drill of the filling out and shape the tooth for a crown going forward. So that's good news. But in the process of that, I had a roof leak, children, that I had to address. And the roof leak was on along the west facing wall of my home. And I have a flat roof home here in Central Florida, kind of custom built flat roof home, composite, like a silicone composite roof material, and it just wasn't done well, for lack of a better term. And the roofer got up there and resurfaced the entire roof with multiple coatings, yada yada yada. All together cost right on $4,000. But my tooth, to get it fixed and get a new crown, cost me $2,000. So Brother Holly has spent close to 7,000 American in the last couple of days getting the roof of his mouth worked on and getting the roof of his house worked on. All praises. So I said all that to say this. I haven't been able to, just dig in. I'll just use a pun where it's available. I haven't been able to sink my teeth into the project of late because my teeth and my roof of my house have been in need of repair. So I had to focus on the things that life happens. Life happens, children. So my counsel to you all: set aside some money that you don't use for no other purpose than to address life happening. Things happen, children, and we just need the money to defend ourselves from it. Because it says in Ecclesiastes that money is a defense, and it ain't lying. When you got the money, you just spend it and just keep on keeping on. All praises, and all praises to AHAYAH. Brother Holly got the money. Brother Holly is very fully funded. That's one of the reasons why both of these channels are non-monetized, because AHAYAH has blessed me so much financially, children. It is amazing to me how comfortable I get to be and how easily, when life happens, I can just address it. Oh, praises. Isn't that wonderful? It is He who gives us power to get wealth. Just remember that. And let's go. We'll be reading from the book of Enoch. We're back to Enoch, and one of the reasons we're back in Enoch is a lot of the things that you find plagiarized in the New Testament are found in the book of Enoch. One of the more famous ones is the plagiarism from the book of Jude from Enoch chapter 2. But we're not going over that today, but we're going to go over what is written in the book of Enoch concerning the judgment of the unrighteous and the judgment of the righteous in the end days. All praises. If you got it, turn to the book of Enoch, or First Enoch, chapter 91. And let's start reading in chapter 91 in verse 4. Enoch, or First Enoch, depending on how your apocrypha is laid out. First Enoch, or the book of Enoch, chapter 91, verse 4. Hear, my children, every word of your father. This is Methuselah speaking to his children. It says, hear, my children, every word of your father, Enoch 91 and 4. And listen in righteousness to the voice of my mouth. For I will gain your attention while I address you. My beloved, be attached to integrity and walk in it. Verse 5, Enoch 91 and 5. Approach not integrity with a double heart. Plagiarism alert, plagiarism alert, plagiarism alert. Here's some of the plagiarism of the New Testament. You'll hear it. It says, Enoch chapter 91, verse 5. Approach not integrity with a double heart, nor be associated with double-minded men. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Plagiarism. Straight up plagiarism from Enoch. But I digress. Let's continue. This is Enoch chapter 91. Verse 5 again. Approach not integrity with a double heart, nor be associated with double-minded men. But walk, my children, in righteousness, which will conduct you in good paths, and let truth be your companion. Will you highlight it if you got it? Does not Jeremiah say, seek you out the old path, which is the good way? Here in First Enoch, or the book of Enoch, depending on how your apocrypha is laid out, in chapter 91, Methuselah is mentioning walking in the good paths of righteousness. It's the same message you'll find in the Tanakh, you'll find in the Torah, you'll find in the prophets, you'll find it everywhere. The same message. It's not righteousness coming from someone, it's righteousness being produced by someone, and that someone is yourself. Let's continue. I'll read it again. This is Enoch 91 and 5. Approach not integrity with a double heart, nor be associated with double-minded men, but walk, my children, in righteousness, which will conduct you in good paths, and let truth be your companion. For I know that oppression, this is verse 6, for I know that oppression will exist and prevail on earth, that on earth great punishment shall in the end take place, and that there be a consummation of all iniquity, which shall be cut off from its root, and every fabric shall pass away. Iniquity, however, shall again be renewed. So, what is it talking about there? This is all pre-flood. When Methuselah lived pre-flood. So he said, hey, all the iniquity on the earth is going to be done away with. But after that, it's going to be renewed again. We're living in the post-flood world. Because the world that was perished. Even the New Testament tell you that. But we're living in the world that now is post-flood. Post-Noah. And this world will continue on throughout eternity. This world will be renewed again in righteousness, according to Isaiah 66. But this world will continue on, and the wicked shall be cut off from it. But that's another teaching. You'll find teachings on Psalm 37 right here on these channels. Read Psalm 37 for yourself. It's the wicked that get taken away off the earth, not the righteous. But I digress. This is Enoch chapter 91, verse 6 again. For I know that oppression will exist and prevail on earth, and that on earth great punishment shall in the end take place, and that there shall be a consummation of all iniquity, which shall be cut off from its root, and every fabric shall pass away. Iniquity, however, shall again be renewed and consummated on earth. Now, we're talking about the time that now is. Every act of crime and every oppression and every impropriety shall be a second time embraced. Like I was saying earlier, Methuselah lived pre-flood. He talked about the earth that he was living in, and he's talking about the earth that's going to come after the destruction of the wicked. Oh, the wicked got another date coming. This is Enoch chapter 91, verse 7. When therefore iniquity, sin, blasphemy, tyranny, and every work shall increase, and transgression, impropriety, and uncleanliness also shall increase upon them all shall great punishment be inflicted from heaven. The holy AHAYAH, verse 8, this is Enoch 91 and 8. The holy AHAYAH shall go forth in wrath, and upon them all shall great punishment from heaven be afflicted. Will you highlight? Did not AHAYAH say he's going to rise up from his rest and come and bring destruction on the earth? That's found in Jeremiah. That's found in Ezekiel. That's found in Isaiah. That's found in the Psalms. That's found in the Torah. That's found all over the Tanakh. That AHAYAH himself is going to come and bring destruction to the earth because of the inhabitants thereof. I'll read it again. Enoch 91 and 8. The holy AHAYAH shall go forth in wrath, and upon them all shall great punishment from heaven be afflicted. The holy AHAYAH shall go forth in wrath, verse 9, and with punishment, that he may execute judgment upon the earth. He's not coming to redeem mankind. No, no, no. He's coming to execute judgment on the earth. The very thing we're told in the Tanakh to seek judgment, seek justice. AHAYAH's coming to bring it. We're told to seek it. He's coming to bring it. All praises. Enoch 91 and 10. In those days, oppression shall be cut off from its roots, and iniquity with fraud shall be eradicated. If I'm flinching, children, it's because my bite's all off because of the way I had to learn how to chew all over again. So I'm nicking, for lack of a better term, my tongue when I talk. I'm nicking the inside of my mouth. It's a mess, but all praises. Soon I'll be back to normal. Whew. Enoch 91 and 10 again. In those days, oppression shall be cut off from its roots, and iniquity with fraud shall be eradicated, perishing from under heaven. Verse 11, Enoch 91:11. All the idols of the nations shall be surrendered with its inhabitants. With fire shall it be burnt. Now we know and understand it's the second judgment of this planet, not the first. The first judgment was about what? Water. AHAYAH flooded the whole globe. Killed everybody on it except 8 people. Wow. This time, he's going to burn it all up. Fire's going to consume them. Read Isaiah 66. It said the slain of AHAYAH shall be many. Woo! Enoch 91:11, all the idols of the nation shall be surrendered with its inhabitants. With fire it shall be burnt. They shall be brought from every part of the earth and be cast into a judgment of fire. Will you highlight? They shall perish in wrath and by a judgment overpowering them forever. This is not like some, no. This is going to go on forever. Gotta let my mouth calm down a little bit. I'm twingy. Enoch 91:12, righteousness shall be raised up from slumber. Plagiarism alert, Romans chapter 11. Righteousness shall be raised up from slumber, and wisdom shall be raised up and conferred upon them. Then shall the root of iniquity be cut off. Sinners perish by the sword, and blasphemers be annihilated everywhere. Wow, I love the way it says stuff in Enoch. Enoch 91:14, those who meditate oppression and those who blaspheme by the sword shall perish. Isaiah 66, the slain with fire and with the sword shall AHAYAH visit the earth, and the slain of AHAYAH shall be many. Wow. I'll read it again. Enoch 91:14, those who meditate oppression and those who blaspheme by the sword shall perish. And now, my children, I will describe and point out to you the path of righteousness and the path of oppression. I will again, verse 16, I will again point them out to you, that you may know what is to come. Hear now, my children, and walk in the path of righteousness, but shun that of oppression. For all who walk in the path of iniquity shall perish forever. Wow. That should be enough. But there's more. Enoch, or First Enoch chapter 92, verse 1. That which was written by Enoch, he wrote all this instruction of wisdom for every man of dignity and every judge of the earth, for all my children who shall dwell upon the earth, and for all subsequent generations conducting themselves uprightly and peaceably. So the entire writings in the book of Enoch are for the generation of the righteous to come. These are not just for Methuselah and his children in his day. Like I said, he was pre-flood. No, all this is written in the book, is found written in the book of Enoch, not for those generations, but for this generation. It says in Enoch chapter 1, I believe it's verse 1, that these things are written for generations to come. Hold your place in Enoch chapter 92. Let's go to Enoch chapter 1. And let's read that. Let's start reading at verse 2. Enoch chapter 1, verse 2. From them I heard all things and understood what I saw. That which will not take place in this generation, but in a generation which is to succeed at a distant period on account of the elect. So Enoch was saying in Enoch chapter 1, he said, what I saw wasn't for the generation I was living in. It was for a generation to come. It was for a generation later. Just like Methuselah talking to his children, not about what's about to happen. You know, he's talking about a renewal of the destruction of mankind through sin, degradation, and tyranny, and how that generation is going to be judged by fire and the sword, which agrees verbatim with Isaiah 66. Wow. Back to Enoch chapter 92, Verse 1, that which was written by Enoch, he wrote all this instruction of wisdom, excuse me, for every man of dignity and every judge of the earth, for all my children who shall dwell upon earth, and for subsequent generations conducting themselves uprightly and peacefully. Let not your spirit be grieved on account of the times. This is important for you to grasp right now. We had 20 minutes. Thank you for your patience. This is important for you to grasp. Don't let your spirit be grieved because of the times. For the holy and great one has prescribed a period to all. For everything there's a time. Doesn't it say that in Ecclesiastes? For everything there's a time. This is the time of the pending judgment. You can look outside on every corner, at every turn you're hearing about one judgment after another. You're hearing about people who got away with crimes being brought to justice. I heard about it recently that a man who killed this young man by pushing him into a lake and then waiting an hour to call the police that they had fallen overboard. He was long dead by the time police got there because they waited an hour. But it took over a year for that little bit of information to come to light. And that brought the indictment against him. The difference between time of death determination and when the police was called was the clincher. Wow. Something that small and insignificant that could be looked over. AHAYAH said, nope. Look at it. Look at the time of death and look at when they called. Yeah. Foul play was at foot. Drag him in. AHAYAH ain't playing, folks. People being judged on the spot these days. Especially for doing something against his chosen seed in the air. Message. Enoch 92:2. Let not your spirit be grieved on account of the times, for the holy and great one has prescribed a period to all. For everything there's a time. Let the righteous man arise from slumber. Let him arise and proceed in the path of righteousness, in all its paths. And let him advance in goodness and eternal clemency. Mercy shall be shown to the righteous man. Upon him shall be conferred integrity and power forever. In goodness and in righteousness shall he exist. When it says righteous man, righteous people, women included. Come on now. Don't be obviously obtuse. In goodness and in righteousness shall he exist, and shall walk in everlasting light. But sin shall perish in eternal darkness. Plagiarism alert. Plagiarism alert. The words of your idol shot. But sin shall perish in eternal darkness, nor be seen from that time forward forevermore. There's going to be a time when sin is going to be taken away from the earth, when all iniquity shall cease, and only righteousness shall rule. And we're going to read about that time in the coming weeks. If AHAYAH wills be so that I live, his kingdom tarry, and the earth remain. But for now, know that do not let your spirit be troubled by what you're seeing right now. The Philippines can't catch a break. They just had an 8-point-something earthquake a couple of weeks ago. This week, a volcano blew up, spraying the ash all over them. They can't catch a break. It's because of the idolatry. It's because of they're turning their back on the law, statutes, and commandments and judgments of AHAYAH. All will be judged for their sin, and all shall be spared because of their righteousness. All praises to AHAYAH and AHAYAH alone. For AHAYAH alone is our master, alone is our savior, alone is our redeemer, and alone is our king. Let not your spirit be troubled in these times, child. Yada, AHAYAH.